Hi everyone, I'm Jinan Choi, a PhD student at Seoul National University and research intern at Boston College. I'm going to talk about our paper titled Toward a Unified Framework for Visualization Design Guidelines. Data visualization are now commonly used by millions of people across disciplines. However, many practitioners often create misleading visualization that distort the data and fail to convey the intended message. Visualization design guidelines exist more than ever before, but these guidelines currently lack in providing perceptual and cognitive design considerations, including potential design pitfalls, caveats, and trade-offs. A problem with such scattered design resources developed by individual practitioners is that it provides inconsistent and often conflicting design knowledge. On the other hand, there are no concrete rules and principles for how a guideline should be structured to avoid such problems. In this work, we investigate the ontology of visualization design guidelines and develop a unified framework for describing the guidelines. At this stage, we focused on the web as a source of guidelines. We collected from commercial blogs run by data visualization software company and popular non-commercial blogs. Besides, we include relevant web pages in the source from search. After the selection, we reviewed all the posts and extract guidelines. Some guidelines were very general, while others were too specific and not generalizable, as they often deal with very minor issues and can be regarded as being too subjective. Additionally, some guidelines overlap with each other. We filtered this kind of guidelines. We derived code by iterative refinement process that continued until 3 researchers reached an agreement. With the collection of guidelines and the factors, we try to link them together to identify higher-order features and relational patterns to create a unified and generalizable framework for structuring guidelines. Through the analysis, we identify 8 attributes of visualization design guidelines: purpose, problem, approach, alternative, chart type, chart element, task type, and data type. We identified that design guidelines could be categorized into 3 characteristics according to the combination of the attributes. Problem solving is the major characteristic of the guidelines. It solves a problematic situation. This includes attributes problem as a necessity. Enhancement guidelines can be helpful in improving visualization quality and user experience. Unlike the problem-solving guidelines, some guidelines do not have issues that need to be resolved. Alternative suggestion guideline suggests alternative options to address the problem. We proposed a template structure for data visualization guideline that can help practitioners find guidelines and evaluate them in a way to meet their needs. Also, this template structure can be used as a reference for designing their guidelines. The template consists of a combination of attributes of guidelines. Guidelines do not have to include all the attributes mentioned or follow a fixed order. In the structured framework, context is an adverb clause for providing specific context to a guideline while narrowing down its use. Approach and alternative is an imperative phrase that delivers clear instruction that the author should follow. Problem and purpose is a prepositional phrase for describing a reason for a guideline. For the future work, we will link empirical studies to the guidelines. Presenting empirical evidence to support each guideline can help explain conflicts between guidelines and in what specific context they will be more meaningful, enhancing their credibility. We will design a navigation interface allow practitioners and researchers to access and extend the guidelines. Thank you for listening to the presentation.